everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to bake one of my favorite recipes of all time. When I was a kid, my stepmother would ask me every year, "Hey, what do you want for your birthday dinner?" And I would say, "Beans and rice." And she would make them for me. Eyes are burning like crazy because I just cut up a whole bunch of onions for this recipe and I can't hardly say a thing. But anyhow, this is not going to be a quick, easy recipe. Well, easy, yes. Quick, not so much. But it is a budget recipe. And if you'll stick around to the end, I will break down the cost for you. Anyhow, if you're in the mood for some easy Southern comfort food, go ahead and subscribe to Gulf Coast Granny. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you'll get notified every time I put out a new video and you won't miss a thing, okay? So let's get started on this. Very easy recipe. It just takes a long time. Beans always take a long time to cook. Some people soak their beans, but I don't. I just put them in the water and let them boil. But the first thing I'm going to do is put some olive oil in here. And then I'm going to add a whole onion and let that start to cook. I'll cook that for about 2 or 3 minutes until they get a little translucent. I'm also going to put some ham pieces in there to season the beans. That's probably about a cup, a little bit more than a cup of just diced or chopped up ham. I got this ham at Walmart in the section where they have all the spiral sliced hams and the picnic hams, and it was on the top shelf, and what it said was sliced ham pieces. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's going to be perfect for my beans. Well, I bought it and I stuck it in the refrigerator in preparation for this recipe. And my son came home from school one day and opened the package and ate about half of it. So this is about half of the package. Anyhow, I'm going to let this cook a little bit. I'm basically just pulling out all the flavors of the onion and the ham into that oil so that it'll taste really good when it's all done. I do not like a loud spoon. I'll be right back. There. Got my favorite. Y'all, you know what I've decided to do? Speaking of my favorite, I've decided that once I get to 100 subscribers, I think I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to give away a set of these silicone cooking utensils. These things are the best in the world. I used to use wooden spoons to do all of this, but when I discovered this, it became my go-to. So I'm going to buy myself a whole set of them, and then I'm going to buy a second one and do a giveaway when we get to 100 subscribers. So we've got 59 more to go. Alright, now I'm going to put in a big old spoonful of this garlic. Okay, maybe a little bit more, because I love garlic. You'll see me put garlic in just about everything that I cook. I'm also going to put a handful of salt in there. When I say a handful, that's how much I mean. And I'm going to put probably half a teaspoon, maybe a little more of pepper. You know, living here on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, everybody eats red beans and rice with sausage, and it's spicy, and I just can't stand spice. I like a little tiny kick once in a while, but I don't like it as hot as they eat it around here. And I don't like red beans. I've tried to like them, but they're not my favorite. I have always made Great Northern beans for my beans and rice. I've always made it with ham because that's how I grew up eating it. That was my favorite way, as I said before. So I've already sorted through these and got out the ones that were discolored, or sometimes you'll find a pebble or two in there, and so it's a good idea to sort through them. And then I'm just going to pour them in this pot here. And then I'm going to pour in 8 cups of water. There we go. Now these beans are going to have to cook for probably at least 2 hours. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring them to a boil first. And then you're going to turn the heat down once they start to boiling. And you're going to simmer them for the rest of the time. You will definitely have to check on them every now and then and stir them a little bit to make sure that your water doesn't cook out. If your water cooks out, you're going to have burnt beans. And there is nothing in the world that smells worse than burnt beans. Ask me how I know. But anyhow, once you do that, I guess probably 20 minutes before your beans are finished, you're going to cook a pot of rice. And you're also going to cook the hoe cake that I showed y'all how to do in one of my previous recipes. I'll try to link a card up above so y'all can click on it and get to that if you need to. If not, just go to my playlist under my channel and it'll be in there. I think the playlist is called Granny's Kitchen, or it's going to be What to Eat When You're Broke, or Recipes for When You're Broke. Probably under both, because these dishes that I'm making today apply to both areas. This is definitely an inexpensive meal, and I'll get to that in just a second. Alright, y'all, I have the breakdown of the cost of this meal. You've got beans, Great Value brand, Great Northern beans, $1.56. You've got an onion, costs about 31 cents. A rice, I use the Great Value long grain rice. This 16-ounce bag costs 78 cents. I can get 2 meals out of this, so that's 39 cents a meal. The ham that I bought, the maximum is $5.34 for a bag, a pound. Depends on what it weighs though. The one I bought was $4.60 something cents, but for this recipe I did the $5.34 max. And I divided that in half. The total cost for this meal is $4.93. If you make the hoe cake to go with it, which I highly recommend, which is milk, butter, or margarine, or Crisco, or whatever grease you've got, milk, flour, and that's it. That's it. And you fry it in your oil. Most people already have oil in their kitchen, so I'm not even counting that. You don't have to use the minced garlic that I use. You could use garlic powder or none at all. It just depends on your taste. But anyhow, it's going to take me a while to cook these beans down. They're starting to boil now. I wish I could show you what it tastes like, but I can't. But my mouth just waters every time I think about eating beans and rice. Look, I'm going to let this cook. And I'll see y'all soon.